Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It is May 9th, Tuesday, May 9th at 10 a.m. Central. So that means we are going to start the 2023 Wellbeing Program presentation. So lots of great stuff today. Probably take probably close to an hour. We'll also record this, and we will also send this out to everyone's email that registered. So if they didn't attend, they'll still get the recording, and then we hope that you watch it at your convenience. We still have some folks that are coming in. My name is Todd Creviston, and I am a benefit educator and health promotion manager. So what that means is that I get to work with the well-being programs, and I also get to work with the pension plans and the benefit education team. So today it's myself and Cheryl Hatcher. Cheryl Hatcher is our producer today. She's actually running the webinar, running the behind the scenes. And she also spends time in front of the camera as a senior benefit plan specialist. And she also goes out on the road with us and presents. So thank you, Cheryl. If you have any questions as we go through this, it's a rather larger group. So to facilitate questions, if you could just open up that question section on your GoToWebinar dashboard. So that from the GoToWebinar dashboard, about 4 or 5 titles down is the title questions. Left click on that triangle and that'll expand the box, and then you're able to enter your question. You can either send it privately or send to all, and we'll make sure that we get all of those answered. If by chance there's a flurry of them toward the end and we can't get to all those, as we produce the recording, we will make sure that we go through all the questions to make sure they are answered, and then provide those answers in the email out to everyone. Okay, so today is really about where to start. And you can start anywhere. You can engage in any of these programs starting today. Probably the best first step, though, is in the lower left-hand side of that diagram, down in Virgin Pulse land. The best first step would be to enroll in Virgin Pulse. And then from there, all of those programs are accessible through the Virgin Pulse app on your smartphone, or by logging into your Virgin Pulse account through a web browser, like on a laptop or a desktop. So lots of different ways to engage in the program. My favorite is through the app because everything's at your fingertips at that point. So we'll talk about a little bit more about Virgin Pulse, Blueprint for Wellness, Health Check. Those are 2 time-bound activities. Time-bound means they have a set time frame to complete those in. So Blueprint for Wellness and Health Check, we're in that season right now. It's best to complete those before August 31st, so you get credit for them. After August 31st, you won't be able to complete Blueprint for Wellness, so that registration goes away. You will be able to complete Health Check throughout the year, but you want to complete Health Check between January 1 and August 31st to get the wellness credits, and the by completing it that time frame, you'll avoid the higher deductible for 2024. Okay, that's the first step. Enroll in Virgin Pulse, and you'll enroll in Virgin Pulse at that website. That way, it will recognize you as a quote HealthFlex participant or as a Wespath HealthFlex participant, and you'll go there, scroll to the bottom of that page if you need to locate that sign up button. It's that nice golden color. Click that, and then enter all of your information to set up your account. All new enrollees will get a free Max Buzz. So after you register, you'll get a prompt that'll say, do you have a device? And what they're asking about is, do you have an activity tracking device already? If you have a Fitbit or a Garmin or a Polar heart rate monitor, many of those are compatible with the Virgin Pulse program. If you have one of those, then you'll be able to connect that account to your Virgin Pulse app. And when you open up your, let's say, Fitbit account to transfer over your steps, you'll upload your steps into your Fitbit account. And then once that Fitbit account is connected to Virgin Pulse, it automatically sends all that data to Virgin Pulse. And then you'll get those points associated with that upload. You will have, so all new enrollees will have a free max available. That'll stay in your account until you use it. That's great news. It doesn't expire. It doesn't go away until you use it. It's $28.99 is the cost of the Max Buzz, and that'll get shipped to you in about 7 business days or so from the time that you order. And then there's some easy to follow instructions on how to set up Max. If you wanted to purchase a different device, let's say you had your heart set on an Apple Watch or a Garmin or a Fitbit, well, Virgin Pulse sells those as well, and you can apply that $28.99 credit to the cost of that a different device. So you'll apply that credit to that device and then just pay the difference with your credit card or with your debit card. And then what you now have access to is all the HealthFlex programs through Virgin Pulse. So Virgin Pulse is kind of the hub or the landing point to locate all of those HealthFlex wellbeing programs. I'm going to recommend that you use the mobile app. So you'll download the mobile app on your phone. The mobile app, you'll just go to your respective store, whether it's Apple or Google Play or whatever device. Just type in Virgin Pulse. You'll see that logo appear where it's the red Virgin and then the light blue Pulse. That's the logo that you're looking for. They've got a number of them in there, but that's the one that you want to download to your phone. And then you'll just enter your email and your account password. And now it's explorable. You can go in and look around. If you wanted to log in from a desktop computer or a laptop, once you've registered, all you need to do is just go virginpulse.com, scroll down, or actually upper right-hand corner, click member login or sign in, enter that same email address and that same password that you entered when you set the account up, and now you're exploring web-based. That's great. The program is designed as a quarterly program. So the first day of each quarter, everyone begins at level 0. And then as you upload points or as you upload steps and do activities, you'll earn Pulse points. Those Pulse points will move you from level 0 to level 1 all the way up to level 4. So you'll see level 1 is 1,000 points. So once you earn 1,000 points, you'll receive $5 in Pulse cash. And believe it or not, it is possible to earn 1,000 points in a day. And I'm going to show you how in just a little bit. Level 2 is when you reach 5,000 points. When that occurs, you'll receive $15 in Pulse cash. Level 3 is 10,000 points. You'll get an additional $10 in Pulse cash. And once you reach level 4, at 15,000 points, you'll earn another $10 in Pulse cash. So you'll earn $40 in Pulse cash each quarter by reaching level 4. You do not need to be an athlete. You do not need to be training for a marathon to reach level 4 by the end of the quarter. And I can attest to that because I'm not an athlete and I'm not a marathon runner, but I reach level 4 by the end of each quarter, and I'll show you how in a second. So ways to earn points, and these are Pulse points. These are points that move you from level 0 to level 1 and beyond. There's a number of activities that you can do for this. There's a couple of one-time activities, like adding a profile picture. That doesn't need to be a picture of you. It could be a picture of your favorite flower. It could be a picture of your garden. It could be a picture of the sunset. Whatever gets you moving, right? Virgin Pulse also has a social connection feature to it, similar to Facebook. So you'll navigate to the social connections area, and you'll be able to find individuals that you've gone to seminary with, that you work with. So there's a search feature that you can search for them by name. And to get you started, Virgin Pulse will also just recommend some people. If they're your friend, go ahead and send them an invite. Go ahead and get connected with them. You can also chat with them once you get connected. You can connect with anyone that's enrolled in the Wespath or HealthFlex program. That includes plan sponsors from Florida Southern to Pacific Northwest, Alaska, Great Plains right in the middle of the country, all of Texas, all of the Texas conferences are in. So there's about over 22,000 individuals eligible for the program across about 35 or 36 different plan sponsors. So that's quite a number of people out there that you may know. Connecting with them is fun. I love getting invites to connect. I typically get a couple of invites after every presentation that I do like this. So I'm hoping that I get a couple today. Go ahead and search for me and send me a friend request. I will gladly accept. If you get a friend request from somebody that you don't know, rest assured, if you say that you dismiss it, they won't know that you didn't accept their friend request. Now, the program is really powerful, and the first power that you have is those daily uploads. So every day there's specific activities that you can do that are valuable pulse point earning opportunities. The first one is for your activity. So you'll get 10 points for every 1,000 steps that you upload, and you'll get credit for 14,000 steps. So if you do 14,000 steps in a day, you'll receive 140 points. So you'll max that out. If by chance you finish up the day at 5,500, you'll get 50 points. If you were to do an additional 500, say doing a little bit of gardening or doing a little bit of laundry or just marching in place in between commercial breaks or during commercial breaks, and you got to 6,000 steps, well, then you would have received 60 points for that day. I know when I work in the office like today, I'll get about 5,500 steps to maybe 6,000 steps as I'm walking out the door. When I work from home, I get 2,000 to 3,000 steps unless I make a plan to be active before, during, or after work that day. So I definitely need a plan on a day that I work from home to get my steps in, to get my physical activity in. Another great earning opportunity are completing the daily cards. So Virgin Pulse places 2 daily cards in your account each day, and you can only earn those cards the day of. So today's cards I can earn. I can't go back and earn yesterday's cards. Those are gone. But they present you 2 cards a day. You'll get 20 points each for reading that card and indicating that you read it. Those cards are important because they're daily tips, tricks, things that you can put in place that will make your well-being better. It could be on physical activity, nutrition, sleep. It could be reducing stress, getting more physically active. All of those different habits, all those different dimensions are represented in the daily card. So a wonderful learning opportunity. In addition to that, you can also change the content of the daily cards by changing your interests. So if you're not interested in sleep, or if that's not top priority, then you could deactivate that interest so that additional cards can come through. So that's a good thing to do, is to update your interests, because that drives your cards. And I'll show you where to do that in a little bit. The next thing that you can do daily is track healthy habits. So you can track as many healthy habits as you like per day. You'll get 10 points each for the first 3. So you'll get 30 points a day for tracking 3 healthy habits. If you track more than that, terrific, but you'll max out those points at 30. So between completing your cards and tracking your healthy habits, that's 70 points per day. 70 times 30, 30 days in a month. I think that's 70 times 30, that's 2,100. So right there, you're halfway through, halfway to reaching level 1, just by doing those 2 habits every single day in a month. Another great opportunity is to track your sleep. So Max Buzz and many other compatible devices tracks your sleep. When you track your sleep automatically from your device, you'll earn an additional 20 points. So 20 points. And then if you slept 7 hours, you'll get 50 points for every day that you sleep 7 hours or more. So right there, if you complete your cards, track your healthy habits, get 7 hours of sleep, that means that you have just, that's 70 and 70, that's 140 points. 140 points times 30, I'm going to pull my calculator out here. 140 points times 30 days, that's 4,200. So 4,200 points, and we haven't uploaded a step yet. So really powerful to go into your app each day, complete the daily cards, track your healthy habits, and then also wear Max to bed so Max can track your sleep. Wonderful point opportunities. And 4,200 points a month for doing all of your cards, all of your habits, and all of your sleep. More information, more ways to earn. And this is what I alluded to earlier, that it is possible to earn 1,000 steps the first day of the month. And I just talked about tracking your sleep, getting 7 hours of sleep, that would be 70 points, completing your cards, completing your healthy habits, total of 140. Now, if you update your sleep profile, so there's a sleep guide and a nutrition guide in Virgin Pulse. And you can navigate there by opening up your app, clicking on benefits. Actually, I'm sorry, click on health. And then you're able to see the sleep guide and the nutrition guide. The first thing that the sleep guide will ask you to do is to set your profile. What kind of a sleeper are you? What do you want to work on? So you'd click that, and then it will actually add a couple of healthy habits to track associated with that profile. So you'll get 250 points for setting your profile. And that's basically the kind of sleeper you are. Do you need help in getting the room ready to go to bed? Do you need help getting back to bed after you wake up in the middle of the night? Are you an early riser? Do you need help sleeping a little bit longer? All of those are sleep guide profiles with habits to help you work on. Excuse me. The nutrition guide is similar. This is around your nutrition. The first thing it'll ask you to do is set your profile. What do you want to work on? Do you want to be a healthy snacker? Do you want to get your dinner in a more healthy place? Do you want to focus on increasing fiber or veggies? So you would look at those profile options, select what you're interested in. Then you'll have 3 healthy habits that will help support that profile change. You'll also get daily points for browsing recipes. And you can also get points daily for tracking your calories. To track calories, you'll need to use a separate app. It's called MyFitnessPal. So you've probably heard that before. MyFitnessPal is actually, there's two levels of support or two levels of the program. I would recommend, if you want to track your calories, to use the MyFitnessPal free version. You don't need to pay for the expensive version, the one with the monthly fee. The free version integrates with the Virgin Pulse program. It allows you to track your calories, and it will actually give you points in your Virgin Pulse account, 20 points per day when you track your calories. So another good daily point earning opportunity. Track your calories, you just do that through MyFitnessPal and choose the free version. You don't need the pay version. A couple summers ago, Will changed their name to Rethink Care. Will offers some online training, some videos, and some audio clips on a lot of great information that's really useful today. For example, of their 4 courses that they offer, they're all available through the Virgin Pulse app and also the desktop experience. The first one's on yoga. So it's a yoga that's designed on improving mobility and flexibility and stress reduction. Mindfulness is another course. Then they've got cultivate healthy thoughts. In this day and age where we are today, I find that the cultivating healthy thoughts my go-to course at this point. After a tough day, I like to get in and listen to one of those sessions while I'm doing my warm-up for my workout. And then the last course that they offer is on self-awareness. So all great information. These classes are these lessons are between 8 and 10, 8 and 12 lessons long. When you complete that session, you'll earn 10 points for completing that session. You'll also get a bonus for completing the course. And bonuses are another key to drive your points to the upper levels. And I'll talk more about those bonuses in a second. So we've kind of broken down our 5 dimensions of well-being into specifically 5 things to focus on. And one would be emotional well-being, and next would be physical well-being, then improved diet, improved sleep, and even living with chronic conditions. So there's programs to help support each of these different areas of focus, like the physical well-being. That would be Blueprint for Wellness. That would be the physical activity through Virgin Pulse. That would be going for a walk. Living with chronic conditions, the support there would be through OMADA, which is a wonderful program designed for people with diabetes, type 1 and type 2, but also who are at risk for heart disease as well. So Blueprint for Wellness. Blueprint for Wellness is one of the programs that has a deadline to complete, and that's August 31st. So you can complete that between January 4th and August 31st. Your employer, your annual conference might have an event at your annual conference, or it might be just at your annual conference office. So we have a couple plan sponsors offering that this year. Many of them are bringing back those screenings at annual conference. So when you can navigate to the Blueprint for Wellness by logging into your account, navigate in the app, open the app up, click on the benefit tab, and then you search for Quest Blueprint for Wellness, and then you're able to support or select how you want to screen in person at an annual conference event, at a local lab, the patient service center. You can also screen using the physician form. In that case, you'll bring the form to your doctor, Your doctor will complete the form, draw the blood, and then send that into Quest. And then the fourth option is using the at-home test kit. And the at-home test kit is, you'll basically order that. It gets shipped to your house. And then you'll follow those instructions on how to complete that. Essentially, you'll sanitize your finger. You'll stick it with the included needles, lancet, and then drop some blood on the card. We'll allow that the blood to dry. You package it up and send it back to Quest. The at-home test kit has all of the lab results, or all of the lab tests that you can earn the wellness credits for. I'll talk a little bit about wellness credits in a second. But with Blueprint for Wellness, you're able to earn $100 in Pulse Cash for completing the screening. You can complete it one of those 4 ways there. Unfortunately, New York residents don't have the at-home test kit included, but the other 3 are available. So Blueprint for Wellness offers 32 different tests, includes tests on your pancreas, your thyroid, your liver, your kidney, cholesterol, glucose. They'll also measure your height, your weight, your waist circumference. So it gives you a wonderful idea of where your health is at. I bring that to my doctor every year, and she doesn't make me get any additional tests. My Guide to Health will be mailed to your home about 3 weeks after you complete the screening. And then one of the last pages in that report is a page that you can actually tear out. It's a summary of all of the tests that were completed. And if you've screened a couple of times, those results are also listed there. So I think it'll show up to 5 years worth of history. So your doctor is able to see kind of a trend in those results. So a great opportunity. You could screen at a local lab. You could select the at-home test kit, physician form, or on-site screening. You'll want to complete this by August 31st to earn the $100 in Pulse Cash. And both you and your spouse, covered by HealthFlex, can earn the $100 in Pulse Cash for completing Blueprint for Wellness. Health Check. So Health Check and Blueprint for Wellness, they kind of go together. The time frame to complete Health Check is the same, beginning of January through August. Health Check is a digital health assessment. If you complete Blueprint for Wellness first, your results from your screening will populate your Health Check, thereby decreasing the number of things that you need to enter. So your blood pressure will be populated, your glucose, all of that great information. But you can always do Health Check first and then Blueprint for Wellness. So it's your choice. And the Health Check, Blueprint for Wellness, all of those programs, they're all confidential. We might know that you've completed the screening because the $100 Post Cash needs to be administered, but we don't know the results of your screening. We don't know the results of your health assessment. My boss, Bob Christophel, likes to say, Wespath likes to count things, but we count things randomly. What we're counting is utilization. We want to make sure that it's utilized, because if we hear that it's valuable from participants, and we know that it's valuable from our vendors, but it's not well attended, then we need to promote it more. We need to make it more attractive. If it's not well attended and it's not valuable, then we'll find something, we'll find an alternative. But we've had great success with Blueprint for Wellness. We've had great success with Health Check. Both of these programs help us identify areas that need some support. And that includes adding a couple of features to the EAP program in 2022. And back in 2021, I believe, is when we added OMADA. So the diabetes prevention program. So that was a great opportunity there. So we look at the data and we see what we can do, what we can help with, but we don't see the exact results. We just get aggregate data, and we get participation numbers. Who's participating, who's completing it. To complete the health check, this is actually a picture from my account, and this is from the web-based account. So I logged into my Virgin Pulse account using a web browser on my laptop, and took this screenshot. So what you'll do to complete health check, and you can complete health check from your phone. All you would do is you would navigate to the health section, and then click health check. And then the health check take about 10 to 15 minutes or so to complete, but doing so, you'll earn some wellness credits, and you'll also avoid that higher deductible for the health plan in 2024. So that's how you navigate the health check. The wellness credits. The earning opportunity for wellness credits is a full calendar year. And you might even be earning wellness credits already and not knowing it. Once you reach 150 wellness credits, Virgin Pulse will put $150 Pulse Cash in your account. And these are for activities that are designed to help improve or support your well-being. So it could include a journey, could include a coaching call, could be logging into Benefits Access. Did you know that if you log into Benefits Access, you'll earn 25 wellness credits? So that's a pretty good step toward that 150. You can find all of the places or all of the activities that offer wellness credits by opening your Virgin Pulse account, and then you can click on rewards. And then from that page, you're able to scroll down and see all the ways to earn, from completing health check to improved biometric measures. So there's 7 tests that, if they are in the American Heart Association desired range, or if they've improved from the prior year's screening, you'll earn 20 wellness credits for each of those tests. There's 7 tests, so if all 7 are in that desired range or improved, it's 140 points. You're only 10 points away from earning that $150 in Pulse Cash. Some additional ways would be complete a journey step, complete a journey. So I mentioned that the journeys are multiple steps, somewhere between 8 and 10, 8 and 12 lessons per journey or steps per journey. Once you complete that journey, you'll get an extra 15 or additional 15 wellness credits. If you submit a success story, if you view a success story, if you adopt a new spiritual practice for a month, one of my favorites is increasing your contribution to your UMPIP account by 1%. It's a great time to do that. If you get a raise, it's a good opportunity to raise or increase that UMPIP contribution. That'll make a positive impact on your retirement. And then accessing the EAP for emotional counseling or their EAP for work-life services. I mentioned it's confidential. Those are self-report. We don't know that you are using the EAP. We don't know the reason, but we count utilization to make sure that it's valuable and people are using it. Another really valuable program that we've heard a lot about is the wellness coaching or health coaching through Virgin Pulse. You can Google, how do I lose weight, or how do I get more physically active, or ways to improve your health, and you'll probably get an unlimited number of hits. probably an unlimited number of links to look at. So based on that Google search, you had the best of intention. The problem is there's so much information out there. Where do you start? There's so much information out there. What do you believe? What's healthy, good information? Well, you can rest assured, talking to a Virgin Pulse health coach, they're qualified, they're degreed, they're certified. They are a source of empirical data. They are there to help you. They are there to provide you with those tried and true tips and techniques to improve your health. But they can also be there to offer new guidance. Maybe something else just came out that's brand new and cutting edge from physical activity. Let's say it's high intensity training or something like that. They can help you understand what that looks like and get you started. So the idea here is it's vetted, they're knowledgeable, they're qualified, they're certified. They are there to help you get started and continue that coaching journey. You'll also receive 25 wellness credits for each completed coaching call. So if you did one call every 2 weeks, well, in 12 weeks, you will have earned your 150 wellness credits, 25 wellness credits per call. So in 6 calls, you will have earned that 150. When you go in to schedule that appointment, you'll get to choose what you want to work on, from healthy eating to being tobacco-free to managing your weight to sleeping better, reducing stress, getting active. All of those are great starting places. They can also talk to you about pregnancy and physical activity, insomnia, sleep, diabetes, heart health, anxiety, depression. So they are well suited to help with all of your well-being needs. The online journeys are one of my favorite because they're self-guided, they're self-paced, they're multi-week, so there's 8 to 10 sessions per journey. You can do a journey a day. You'll get wellness credits for completing a journey and completing a journey step. And there's a bunch of different journeys for you to participate in, including sleeping better, reducing stress, healthy eating, reducing back pain. That's a big one. There's a stat out there that something like 75% of the American population will experience back pain at some point during the year. That's a huge percentage. That low back pain journey is a really good one. I've actually done that because I've been part of that 75%. So the goal here, the purpose of the journeys is to provide a small bite, something that you can add to your day. It's kind of like a multi-step daily card, right? So I can pick, how do I sleep better in the journeys? In each day, there's going to be a step that will provide additional information, tips, tricks to help us sleep better, to meet that goal of sleeping better. Here's a little bit more information on the sleeping guide or on the nutrition guide. I have the sleep guide next. So what you'll see here are the 6 different nutrition guides that you can pick. I wanted to be an energized eater. So when I selected that meant there's 3 habits, daily habits, that were added to my habit section to help support what it means to be an energized eater. So you want to eat to nourish your body, so I feel energized and focused all day. I'd say that's one of my favorites out of that. I typically bounce between energized eater and a balanced eater. So you select your what type of eater you want to be, what you want to work on. There'll be 3 habits that'll be added to your habit tracking. that will help support that. And once you've completed setting that up, those 2 steps, you'll actually earn 250 pulse points. The sleep guide looks just about the same. There's 6 habits to choose from. So preparing to sleep, keeping it going, that'd be getting back to bed after you woke up. Then you've got sleeping and shift work. That might resonate with some of you, having to go out to a hospital visit or a late night family visit of one of your congregants, and then you have to get back home and get to sleep to get ready for your busy day. Setting the mood is all about making that bedroom the right place. Does it smell good? Is it dark? Is it quiet? Is it a little bit cooler? I like that one too, because it helps me get in the mindset to get to bed. When you set up the sleep guide, there's a couple extra steps here, because you'll actually set your sleep goal, the number of hours that you want to sleep. When you set it at 7 or more, you'll get those points associated with that, with reaching that goal. So the minimum number of hours to sleep and get the points is 7 hours. And then your Max Buzz or other device will track your sleep and then provide those points as you earn them. Earn from tracking and then earn from sleeping at least 7 hours a night. The OMADA program is a wonderful program. We call it the Chronic Disease Prevention Program. It's online and it's designed to help reduce your risk of developing diabetes or heart disease and to reach a healthy weight. So there's a little bit of a weight loss component in there. You'll earn wellness credits for meeting the threshold of high engagement. So if you go in and you do everything you're supposed to do for that particular week, you complete your session, you weigh yourself, that's uploaded. So you follow through with each of those key data points. That's considered a week of high engagement. If you do that 9 times, then you will receive 150 wellness credits. You'll actually max that out by completing the OMADA program. So you'll need to have 9 weeks of high engagement in order to reach the 100, or in order to earn that 150 wellness credits. There's also a small group, so you're assigned to a small group for both of the OMADA programs. You can upload a picture. It could be a picture of you, or it could be a picture of your dog. You can also participate anonymously in those weekly sessions. But the idea is there that those weekly sessions and that group that you're assigned to is like a support group. They're there to help provide encouragement in addition to the coaches that lead those segments. There is a new diabetes management program, and these individuals are certified diabetes care and education specialists. The curriculum focuses specifically on diabetes and managing diabetes, including medication management. So if you're interested, you can go to the Virgin Pulse app, click on benefits, the title benefits at the bottom, and then navigate to OMADA and check to see if you are eligible. I mentioned earlier that the EAP was something that we focused on last year. So we added a couple of EAP benefits. An EAP is Employee Assistance Program. Traditionally, an EAP program offers confidential counseling. The goal is to be able to manage issues in your personal and professional life early before they become bigger and it becomes a bigger problem. The current EAP program is actually really robust. So you'll get 8 free sessions per concern per year And that's for participants that are covered by HealthFlex, as well as those family members and household members. So it's everybody in the house can receive 8 free sessions per concern per year. And let's say, so this goes back a number of years, when we brought home our youngest child, our middle kid was 3 years old. He was 3 years old in like 3 days. So he had just had his birthday a couple of days before the youngest was born. And when we brought home the youngest, well, John stopped being potty trained. He was potty trained, and then we brought home Scotty, and John regressed a little bit. My wife and I were really worried. We thought there was, a bigger problem. So we contacted the EAP, and we worked with we brought John, and my wife and I went to the counselor, and we kind of chatted through everything. And after a couple of visits, my wife and I realized, well, this is probably more for me and Claire than it is for us and John, than it is for John. John was fine. John didn't have any concerns. He was, I guess we had to learn this way that kids regress, and progress isn't always linear, and progress isn't always forward. So after working with the counselor a couple of sessions, we realized, okay, so this is natural, this is normal. We just need to go back and support him the way that we had to. I have to say that it was, in hindsight, it seems kind of foolish, but it was also really important to us at that point in time. We were able to get a solution and help with a plan, and in pretty quick order. And we ended up feeling a lot better. To this day, when we drive by that office building, my now 19-year-old says, "Hey, should we go have a session with Dr. Martha?" It's like, yeah, I think we're good. But if we were to have another concern, let's say that first concern was, potty training with my middle son. My youngest, let's say he had trouble with ADHD or something else, we could then go back and get 8 free sessions for that concern. So it's 8 free sessions per concern per year, and it covers everybody that it's in that's in the household, not just covered by HealthFlex. And it's really cool that the sessions can actually take place in person, like it did with us and Dr. Martha. And now you can actually take place virtually. So when you go in and search in the Virgin Pulse app, you navigate from benefits to the EAP, you're able to look up a counselor, you're able to see them if they are available for in-person visits or available virtually or both. So it's possible that you could end up talking to a counselor that's not in your city, not in your state, not in your time zone. But if they show up in that search results, they are licensed to help you in the state that you're living. So that's great. So it opens up that window. If your first moment of sitting down and during a particular day is at 9 o'clock at night, you could still have a session. Let's say it's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, but it's 7 o'clock on the Pacific Coast, it would be 6 o'clock on the Pacific Coast, right? It's 3 hours, and then Hawaii is even earlier than that. So I did have a participant talk to me, "Hey, I found a counselor that's from Hawaii, but they could still see me in Illinois." I said, "Yeah, if they show up in those search results, they are able to help you in the state that you live in." So they can be reached at that phone number right there. Here's just a couple of things to get you thinking about what they can help with: stress, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, marital and family satisfaction, maintaining boundaries between professional and personal life, emotional impact of living with a chronic disease or a serious illness. My sister-in-law has retinitis pigmentosa. So going through that and watching her lose her vision, she is definitely a trooper in kind of working through that whole process there. Conflict resolution at work. So really no question too big, no question too small. I did use the elder care a couple of months ago. So my parents are older, they live in suburban Detroit. They wanted to understand what their retirement needs are. So I just Googled, if you Google elder care and their zip code in suburban Detroit, you end up with 9 billion hits. It didn't bring me to a solution quicker, to making a decision quicker. So what I did, I called that EAP 800 number, let them know that I wanted to talk to somebody about elder care in suburban Detroit. They brought me to that person. So that research specialist was able to then provide a couple days later a list of 3 or 4 different retirement centers that we could go take a look at and then ultimately make the decision if that's a place that they wanted to stay. So that live and work well feature of the EAP program is designed to bring you to being able to make that decision quicker. They'll take care of all of that, all of the research for you. They'll get you to a smaller number so that you can go look at those 3, 4 resources and then choose what's best for you. So it definitely helped my parents understand what to do and what was in their area from a budget perspective and from a level of care. So the EAP is accessible through the Virgin Pulse website or the app. You just click the benefits tab, search for Optum Employee Assistance, and then click on Start Now. It'll actually jump you over to the Live and Work Well website. And then you're able to search for resources from there. Talkspace is another really interesting thing that we added last year. Talkspace, you'll engage in Talkspace by contacting the EAP. So the standard EAP, the Optum EAP number is what you would call, and you would ask them or let them know, I want to try Talkspace. So what Talkspace allows you to do, it allows you to connect with a licensed therapist using text, or you could schedule live video sessions. So right from your phone. These are at no cost, and you get 8 sessions using Talkspace. 1 week of texting with your counselor is considered 1 session. So that would last a total of 8 weeks, right? You're able to message your counselor 24/7 using that secure Talkspace website or app that you can download on your phone. It's recommended that you have a conversation and a meeting with your counselor so that you can lay down ground rules. If you text them at midnight, when can you expect a response back? So you'll kind of lay the ground rules on what the communication process and what the timing of that will look like. So you'll call Optum EAP. That's our Optum EAP 800 number there. Let them know that you wanted to try Talkspace and ask for the authorization code. And then you'll go to that website there and click Get Started. And then you'll set your account up. Another option for behavioral health therapy and psychiatry is through MD Live. And you might know that MD Live offers the physician telephone line. So if you're having, if you have a rash or a sore throat, you're not feeling well, middle of the night, it's not uncommon for kids to get sick. I've used the MD Live physician line in the middle of the night for my kids when they're not feeling well, and we're able to get an appointment right away. MD Live also offers emotional counseling, behavioral health counseling, and this is done one-on-one. You're able to schedule 24/7, or there's 24/7 online scheduling. This is another opportunity. Have that conversation with your therapist to make sure that you both are on the same level when it comes to the timing of communication and response back. But you're able to access, you're able to have telephonic support, telephone, and potential video. So this won't text, but you're able to have that virtual access with that counselor. And also they offer psychiatry as well. After hours, weekend appointment availability, you'll need to have that conversation with the therapist. Those hours should be listed and their availability should be listed when you're setting it up, but it's always a good idea to have that conversation and level set so that everyone knows, both parties know what the expectations are. And then Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is a tried and true program. Weight Watchers have changed their name a couple of times over the years. They now know they've changed their name back to Weight Watchers, just with no space between weight and watchers. They offer two ways to engage. One is a digital only, and that would be what they would call an online. That's $8.48 per month. So that's a deep discount on the corporate price. So we get a corporate deal, and then they discount that. So it's $8.48 per month. If you wanted to do digital, which is the online portion, and the workshops are that in-person weekly meeting, that would be $19.11 per month. So Weight Watchers has worked for a lot of people, and we continue to offer that program because of their success. Just a summary of all the well-being incentives. You have the ability to earn $410 in Pulse Cash each year. That's by reaching level 4 each of the 4 quarters. So that would be 40 per quarter, 160 per year. The Blueprint for Wellness screening is $100 in Pulse Cash. And then earning your 150 wellness credits or reaching 150 wellness credits will earn you an additional 150 in Pulse Cash for a total of 410. And that spends just like money. All of your Pulse Cash will accumulate in the Virgin Pulse account. It doesn't expire. So if you wanted to save up for a larger device, I met a gentleman a couple weeks ago when I was doing an on-site pension workshop, and he pointed to his Apple Watch and he says, "My wellness money bought my Apple Watch, and my wellness money bought my Mac." So he was he's saving up over a couple of years, and he used that Pulse Cash to buy a new computer and a new Apple Watch. So that's great. And just one more comment, health check. You'll complete health check this year. Both participant and covered spouse needs to complete health check by August 31st to avoid that higher deductible for 2024. You can also go to that link tree. So if you wanted to take a picture of that or even scan that QR code, there are a lot of resources on that link tree that will help support and explain what's available to you from the well-being program. First aid, I think this month is mental health month. And if you go to that website at the bottom, you can go wespath.org and then just search first aid for mental health. It'll bring you to those, basically to this page. We've got 2 different lessons that are posted there. There's a lesson 1 or a session 1, which is the basics, and then session 2, which is a deeper dive. So these are, when I reviewed these, it was an eye-opening experience because it helps you identify not only when you might need help, but when others might need help, and kind of outlines what you can do. So we encourage you, if you're interested, to go take a look at session 1, the basics, and then session 2, the deeper dive. And that's available at wespath.org, and then the rest of that email address. A wonderful resource on mental health. Are there any questions as we come up close to time here? Oh, I see a number of them. Oh, I like this. The daily cards are very informative. I agree. Thank you for that. Are both the questionnaire and the blood work required to avoid the higher deductible, or just the questionnaire portion? Great question. The health check is the online questionnaire. So you just need to complete the health check to avoid the higher deductible. So if you're married then and your spouse is covered, then you'd both need to complete health check by August 31st to avoid the higher deductible for the following year. My spouse is a Virgin Pulse member, and on my plan through work is having trouble accessing Wespath Benefits access page. The spouses, only the primary participant can go to benefits access and access their well-being information through that path. So the primary participants can go to the Virgin Pulse app and locate those well-being benefits. Primary participants can also go to benefits access and look at the well-being programs. Spouses don't have access to benefits access, so they will need to use either the Virgin Pulse app, or they'll need to log into their Virgin Pulse account to locate those benefits. The doctor ordered blood work this month. Should I take it again? So the options would be, you could always use the physician form. There might be costs associated with the physician form. So the physician form, you'll just go into your benefits access account or Virgin Pulse, navigate to Quest, select the physician form, print out the physician form. You'll bring that to your doctor, and then your doctor will complete that form and will likely need to do some blood work as well. There might be costs associated with that doctor's visit or the lab work. So we have to let you know about that. But you can do that, or you can go to do your, and I don't know if your physician is doing other tests. So if there are specific tests to manage your care, you might want to do those tests with your doctor and then do the blueprint for wellness for the general tests that are included. What if I don't like the counselor that was assigned to you? If this is for, well, if this is for anything, whether it's the EY financial planner, it's the EAP counselor, or it's a health coach, you can change all of them. They won't take it personally. It's important that you have a little bit of a connection. So you could just let that person know that that you'd like to speak with somebody else,